I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. This is a 162 game regular season dedicated to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Every player is an actor in the MCU. Let's start this game off. So it's the final 3-game series on the road before the All-Star break. I think it's game number 95 out of 162 plus. I say plus because I'm hoping to make the playoffs and then the World Series. I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I let the computer run the bases for me. And the difficulty setting is set to All-Star. Of course, I do play-by-play. Thank you for watching. Live here at Oracle Park in San Francisco, the Hollywood Avengers visit the San Francisco Giants. On the mound for the Giants, Jameson Taillon, I don't know, 5-9, 6.65 earned run average. He will face Anthony Mackie, cut the check, 317 average, 13 homers, 53 RBIs on the season. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Here comes the first pitch of the ball game. Outside corner with the fastball, strike one. San Fran is at 500, 46 and 46.
First pitch, 760.
High and tight, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Weather 63 degrees and clear skies here in San Francisco. Beautiful day for baseball. Anthony Mackie plays Sam Wilson in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Little late on the high fastball, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. 95 on the radar gun. Set and the pitch. Again, fouls it off. Count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. Anthony Mackie is the new Captain America. If you don't know, you need to watch the MCU on Disney+. Fly ball to center, caught, 1 away. Starting lineup for the Hollywood Avengers, Anthony Mackie is playing short. The catcher is Chris Evans. At first, Robert Downey Jr. The DH, Mark Ruffalo. Benedict Cumberbatch is at third. Sebastian Stan is in left. Idris Elba is in right. Vin Diesel is in center. Batting ninth, playing second base, Clark Gregg. Chris Evans, 309, 11 homers, 45 runs batted in. Catcher today. Takes a pitch low, ball 1. Chris Evans plays Steve Rogers in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the original Captain America. Fastball outside, count is 2 balls and no strikes. Fastball high, 3 balls, no strikes. On deck is Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man. Will he have the green light on 3-0? No, he will not, because I don't swing on 3-0. Outside corner, count is 3 balls and 1 strikes. James Kingsley is the home plate umpire calling balls and strikes. Hitters count 3-1. Shackles are off. And that's a line drive up the middle. A 1-out single for the Avengers here in the top of the first. Here's the replay. It's a line drive back through the box. Next up, Robert Downey Jr., 276, 12 homers, 51 runs batted in. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked nicely by the catcher. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. Robert Downey Jr. plays Tony Stark in the MCU. We love you 3000, Tony. Breaking ball inside, 2 balls and no strikes. So 1 out here in the top of the first. Runner leads off first. No score here in this first game of a 3-game set on the road against the Giants. And he's going. Fastball is in there for strike 1. 1 hopper throw down is not in time. It's a stolen base. He can do this all day. Stolen base for Chris Evans. And on the replay, not in time. 2 balls, 1 strike on Robert Downey Jr. Runner in scoring position. Pitch is low, 3 balls and 1 strike. The Incredible Hulk is on deck. Mark Ruffalo. Here comes the 3-1 pitch from Taillon. Grounds it, foul. Up the first base line. Full count, 3-2. Runner leads off second. 1 away.
Nope. Ball 4.
Pitch is outside, ball 4, and there'll be 2 runners on now with 1 out.
That is 4.
Next up, Mark Ruffalo, 342, 21 homers, 78 runs batted in on the season. He leads the ball club in both homers and RBIs. And he fouls off the curveball, strike 1. Stolen base for Chris Evans was his 14th of the season. Hits a deep fly ball to right. It is, oh, he catches it at the wall, taking it second as Chris Evans will go to third. So with 2 outs, there'll be runners at first and third. That was a great catch from Tony Gwynn in right. So third baseman Benedict Cumberbatch hitting 329 runs batted in limited belt play. He'll need a hit to get that runner home from third. 2 on, first and third, 2 away. Fouls back the fastball, strike 1. Benedict Cumberbatch, Dr. Stephen Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme. Jams him upstairs behind home plate. 2 quick strikes on Cumberbatch. Runners lead off first and third. No score. Fouls off the 97-mile-an-hour fastball to stay alive. Count will remain 0-2. Struck him out with the breaking ball, looking to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left on at the end of a half an inning of play. It's the Avengers, nothing. The Giants coming to bat. This is Avengers baseball. On the mound for the Avengers, Rocket Raccoon, a.k.a. Bradley Cooper, 6 and 7, 5.46 earned run average. Trying to turn his season around. Leading off for the Giants is Tony Gwynn, 296, 5 homers, 29 RBIs. Left-handed hitter. First pitch from Cooper. Checks the swing in there, strike 1. Avengers are 63 and 31, good for first place in the National League West. Ground ball to third. Routine play for the Sorcerer Supreme. Cumberbatch throws to first for out number 1. Starting lineup for the Giants, Tony Gwynn's in right, Chipper Jones at third, Jimmy Fox at first, Cal Ripken Jr. is the shortstop, Brett Boone's at second, Eloy Jimenez is in left, DH is Gurriel Jr., Shane Victorino is in center, batting ninth and playing catcher Shea Langoliers. Chipper Jones, 336, 14 homers, 43 runs batted in. Switch hitter, batting from the left side. Takes it low and inside, ball 1. Hall of Fame third baseman, played for the Atlanta Braves in the real major leagues. Cut fastball inside, count is 2 balls and no strikes.
Ball 3.
Pitch is low, 3-0 count. On deck is first baseman Jimmy Fox. Walks him. So it's a 1-out walk for Chipper Jones. Lost the strike zone there. Jimmy Fox, 323, 27 homers, 71 runs batted in. Runner leads off first. In there, strike 1. Just gets a piece of the changeup. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Fox. Grounded to first. Tony over to second for 1, back to first. A 3-6-3 double play, and the side is retired. So after 1 inning of baseball here at Oracle Park, no score. Top of the second, up next is for the Avengers, Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier, 308, 7 homers, 27 runs batted in. Playing left field today. Jams him. Pops it up short right field, and Brett Boone makes the catch 1 away. Defensive alignment for the Giants in the outfield from left to right. We have Eloy Jimenez, Shane Victorino, Tony Gwynn. And in the infield, Chipper Jones, Cal Ripken Jr., Brett Boone, Jimmy Fox, and Shea Langoliers behind home plate. Up next, Idris Elba playing right field today, 271, 7 homers, 36 RBIs. And that's a drive to center, deep but playable for Victorino. And there are 2 away.
Batting eighth, the center fielder.
Vin Diesel, the center fielder, I am Groot. 288, 3 homers, 9 RBIs. Comes the pitch from Jameson, Talion. Slider is low, ball 1. Grounder to third. Barehanded, throws to first in time. Side is retired. 1.5 innings of play here in San Francisco. Still no score. So we go to the bottom of the second. Shortstop Cal Ripken Jr. steps up to the plate, hitting 268, 19 homers, 66 runs batted in. The Iron Man, of course, Tony Stark is the Iron Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, pitches on the corner for strike 1. But Cal Ripken Jr. is baseball's Iron Man. 2,632 consecutive ball games. Line drive through the left side. It is a leadoff single for Cal Ripken. And the Giants have a base runner here in the bottom of the second.
Batting fifth, the second baseman.
Second baseman Brett Boone, 282, 26 homers, 68 runs batted in. Can't get around on the fastball, slices it out of play for strike 1. Brett played for the Seattle Mariners, primarily. And it is a shallow fly ball to center. Racing in is I am Groot. Vin Diesel makes the catch, 1 away. Defensive alignment for the Avengers in the outfield today. From left to right, we have Sebastian Stan, Vin Diesel, Idris Elba. And in the infield, Benedict Cumberbatch, Anthony Mackie, Clark Gregg, Robert Downey Jr. with Chris Evans behind home plate. So 1 out runner at first, no score here in the bottom of the second. Eloy Jimenez hitting 261, 14 homers, 47 runs batted in. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. Eloy plays left field for the Giants. Change up in there, strike 2. Count is no balls and 2 strikes. Pulls it, foul. Count remains 0-2. Struck him out swinging, there's 2 away. First strikeout for Rocket Raccoon.
Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Lourdes Gurriel.
Lourdes Gurriel Jr., 274, 20 homers, a career high, 61 runs batted in. Steps in, 2 outs, runner at first. Fastball in there, 97 on the radar gun, strike 1. Fouls off the cut fastball, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called, looked inside, called a strike 3, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. No, check that, no runs, no hits, 1 walk, 1 left on. Ended 2 innings of play, still no score. Top of the third, Phil Coulson, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., also known as Clark Gregg, 226, a homer, 8 RBIs. Playing second base today, giving a day off to Spider-Man Tom Holland. That's a deep drive, but playable. Victorino makes the catch in left center field. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Now batting, number 9.
Lineup turns over for the Avengers. Anthony Mackie flew out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Batting from the left side. 1 out, no runners on. Outside, ball 1. Captain Wilson checks his swing, fastball outside, 2 balls and no strikes. skies it. Pop up in the infield. Brett Boone makes the catch, 2 away. Captain Wilson is 0 for 2.
Now back.
Next up, Chris Evans. Singled in his first at-bat. Average up to 311. 2 outs, bases empty. Top of the third, no score. Checks his swing, pitches outside, ball 1. And he yanks the 2-seam fastball down the right field line, out of play. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside, 2-1. Just gets a piece of that curveball. Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the third, no score. Here comes the pitch from Talion. Hard ground ball to the right side, fielded by Boone. Throws to first to retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for Jameson. 2.5 here at Oracle Park. Still no score. So we go to the bottom of the third. Up steps Shane Victorino, the center fielder, hitting .326 on the season. Switch hitter, batting from the left side. He's got 11 homers and 43 runs batted in. Comes the pitch from Rocket Raccoon. Inside corner, strike 1. Ground ball the other way and through the right side. It is the leadoff single for Victorino. Leadoff hit for the Giants here in the bottom of the third. Number 9 hitter, the catcher, Shea Langoliers, .236, 7 homers, 31 runs batted in. Fastball is low, ball 1. Swing and a miss out in front of the cut fastball. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ground ball up the middle. Over to second for 1, back to first. It is a 6-4-3 double play. There are 2 away, bases empty. Nice defensive play by the Avengers infield. So lineup turns over for the Giants. Tony Gwynn grounded out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Steps up with the bases empty. Strike 1. Pitch is low, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. A little late on the 97-mile-an-hour fastball, fouls it off. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Gwynn. Gwynn was a San Diego Padre in real life. He had 3,000 plus hits. Grounds to second. Greg throws to first to retire the side. 3 innings of baseball. No score here in San Francisco. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the top of the 4th. Up steps Tony Stark. No official at bat because he walked in the first inning. Comes a pitch from Talion. Fouls it back. Strike 1. Jams him, pops it up, left field line, foul territory. Chipper Jones makes the catch, 1 away. Next up, Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk, 0 for 1. He flew out in the first. Here comes the pitch. High and outside, ball 1. Lines it. A little late on the fastball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk. Hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck is Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch. 1 out, bases empty, top of the 4th. Line drive, foul ball. Full count, 3-2. That is a line drive to Cal Ripken Jr. at short. And that is the second out. Pitch speed comparison brought to you by Topps Playing Cards. It is a tie between Cooper and Talion, 97 miles an hour. But reflects the score of the game. We are scoreless tie. Benedict Cumberbatch struck out in the first. He's 0 for 1. 2 outs, bases empty. Top of the fourth. And that is a line drive over the head of the third baseman. It's a 2-out hit for the Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme. And the top of the fourth inning will continue. He just took the inside pitch and golfed it over Chipper Jones's head. Here's the replay. Next up, Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, 0 for 1. And he skies it to shallow center. Victorino makes the catch to retire the side. 3.5. Still no score. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. Up steps Chipper Jones, who walked in the first inning. No official at-bat. Comes a pitch from Rocket. Pops it up left side near the dugout. Racing over is... Did he make the catch? No, he did not. So there's strike one. Looked like he had a chance. Swing and a miss at the cut fastball down and in. 2 quick strikes on Chipper. That's the line drive to center. Racing over is I Am Groot. He misses it. Gets past him. Gets past the Winter Soldier. But he stops at third base for second base. Could have made it to third. Nevertheless, it's a stand-up double for Chipper, his 20th of the season. Thought it was going to be a good shoestring catch, but not the case. So runner at second for the Giants. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. Up next is Jimmy Fox, who's 0 for 1. Fouls off the fastball, strike one. That's a line drive, right field corner. That should get the run in. And it will be a RBI double for Jimmy Fox. And the San Francisco strikes first. It's 1-0 Giants. Jimmy Fox is double number 20 on the season. Just goes with the pitch and wraps it down the right field line towards McCovey Cove. Next up, Cal Ripken Jr. singled in the second. He's 1 for 1. Fastball in there, 97 on the radar gun, strike one. That's a line drive to center. That should be an RBI single for Cal Ripken Jr. And it's a 2-0 lead for the San Francisco. Still nobody out here on the bottom of the fourth. Is the replay. Line drive to center. Next up is the second baseman, Brett Boone. 0 for 1 with a fly out. That's a deep drive. In front of the warning track, I Am Groot. Vin Diesel makes the catch, 1 away. Deep drive, but playable for the first out. Next up, left fielder Eloy Jimenez, who struck out in the second. He is 0 for 1. Again, runner in scoring position at second. Takes a pitch on the outside corner. Strike one. Swing and a miss at the forkball. Count as 2 quick strikes. 0-2 on Jimenez. Chases a breaking ball. Fouls it up the first base line. Count will remain 0-2. Struck him out on the inside fastball, 2 away. Nasty pitch. 3rd strikeout of the game for Bradley Cooper. Here's the replay. Too close to take, but it tied him up in knots. So again, runner at second in scoring position. Check that, runner at first, my fault. Up next is Gurriel Jr. Fouls it back, strike one. Skies it to right. Playable for Idris Elba. Makes the catch to retire the side. But San Francisco scores twice. to break the scoreless tie. After 4 innings of play here in San Francisco, the Giants lead 2-0. So we go to the top of the 5th. Up steps Idris Elba. He plays Hemdahl in the Thor franchise. 0 for 1. He flew out in the 2nd. Here comes the pitch from Jameson. It's a drive to center. Victorino is there. And there's 1 away. Next up is Vin Diesel. I am Groot. Grounded out. He's 0 for 1. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Chase the fastball, strike 1. Just gets a piece of the fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Diesel. What a fake name that is, Vin Diesel. Fouls it off at the plate. Count remains 0-2. Outside and low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just gets a piece to stay alive. Count remains 1-2. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouls off the slider. Count remains 2-2. And he flies it to right. Gwynn is there, and there are 2 away. Two outs, bases empty, top of the 5th. Clark Gregg flew out in the 3rd, 2nd plate appearance. Out in front of the slider, swinging and a miss, strike 1. Clark's 5 for his last 16. That's a .313 average. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., Phil Coulson. Slow roller, charged by Chipper, throws in time. Side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for Talion. 4.5 complete. It's a 2-0 lead for the Giants. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Up steps Shane Victorino. He has a hit in today's ball game. It's a line drive to center. There is Vin Diesel. I am Groot. 1 pitch, 1 away. Next up, number 9 hitter, the catcher, Shea Langoliers, is 0 for 1. Comes the pitch from Cooper. Skies it to right. There is Hemdahl. Idris makes the catch. 2 for the 2nd out.
The right fielder, number 19.
Lineup turns over for the Giants. 3rd at bat for Tony Gwynn. He is 0 for 2. Base is empty here in the bottom of the 5th. Late on the fastball, strike 1. In real life, Tony had many batting titles, had 3,000 plus hits. Cut fastballs inside, almost hits him. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Career 300 batting average. Hall of Famer. Slow roller to the first baseman. Tony grabs it, races him to the bag to retire the side. So it's a complete ball game. Well, it's an official ball game, better yet. The end of 5 innings of play, San Francisco leads 2-0. Top of the 6th. Captain Wilson is 0 for 2. He steps up to the plate. Jameson's pitching a shutout. Low ball 1. Mackey has 8 triples on the season. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 lead for San Francisco. Grounder to Jimmy Fox. Takes it himself. There's 1 away.
Now batting.
Chris Evans, 1 for 2 with a single in the first inning. 1 out, bases empty, top of the 6th. Chases a high fastball, strike 1. Fouls off the fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Evans. Outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's a line drive the other way, but Jimenez makes the catch for the 2nd out. Next up is Mark Ruffalo. No, check that. Robert Downey Jr. is up. Officially, he is 0 for 1, but he did have a walk in the first inning. Fastball outside, ball 1. That ball is high. It is far. That ball is gonzo. Say hello to McCovey Cove, Iron Man. That's home run number 13 for Robert Downey Jr. He is Iron Man. And the lead is cut in half. It's San Francisco 2-1. Here's the replay. Oof. How far did it go? How far did it go? Splash? Did he go splash? Bloink. Ha-ha. So 2-1 San Francisco. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Up next is Mark Ruffalo. Fouls it off, strike 1. He is 0 for 2. Fastball is low, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Slider high, 2 balls, 1 strike. And that is a drive to right, but playable for Gwynn to retire the side. But the solo home run from Robert Downey Jr. cuts the lead in half after 5.5 innings of play. It's San Francisco 2, the Hollywood Avengers 1. This is Avengers Baseball. Bottom of the 6th, Chipper Jones has the double and a run scored. Steps up to the plate. And that's a deep drive to center, but playable in front of the warning track. I am Groot. And there's 1 away. Next up, Jimmy Fox, RBI double today. He's 1 for 2. Here comes the pitch. 1 out, bases empty. Outside corner, strike 1. Jams him, foul ball. 2 quick strikes on Fox. Fox is one of those old timers. I don't even know what team he played for. That's how long ago it was that he played. Late on the cut fastball, count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Jimmy Fox hit 500 homers in his major league career. He is a Hall of Famer. I have no idea. Maybe the 1940s or 50s, or I don't know. Late on the 2-seam fastball, count remains 0-2. I'm thinking Detroit Tigers, but I really don't know. Fouls it back. Hits a deep fly ball towards the left center field gap. Racing over is Vin Diesel. Busy day. I am Groot. There, that means there are 2 away. Cal Ripken, 2 for 2. He's 2 singles and an RBI. 2 outs, bases empty. 2-1 lead for San Francisco. Ground ball to the third baseman. Bobbles it, throws in time. Kept it in front of him, made the play to retire the side. So, 6 innings of baseball here at Oracle Park. Giants lead 2-1. So we go to the top of the 7th. Up steps Benedict Cumberbatch with a single in the 4th. He is 1 for 2. Comes the pitch. And he pulls it foul. Strike 1. Twelve to 6 curveball is low. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Skies it to shallow center field. Playable for Victorino. And there's 1 away. Next up, Sebastian Stan, 0 for 2. The Winter Soldier. Fouls off the fastball. Strike 1. High and tight. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Sebastian. Grounder to the right side, playable for Boone. Second baseman throws to first, and there are 2 quick outs here in the top of the 7th. Pitcher's game today, 2-1. So 2 outs, base is empty. Idris Elba is 0 for 2. He steps up. That's a line drive to center, but playable. Makes the catch to retire the side. Get up and stretch. Stretch. This is Avengers baseball. Take me out to the ball game. Bottom of the 7th. Up steps Brett Boone. San Fran has a 1-run lead. He is 0 for 2. Cooper's still out there. He's pitching a good game. Fastball in there, strike 1. Hard line drive to the right side. It is a base hit to lead off the bottom of the 7th for the Giants. Here's the replay. Just hits it the other way solidly through the right side between the first and second baseman. No chance for the infield. Let's go to the bullpen and let's warm up some bullpen people. Paul Bettany is going to warm up and Ed Norton is going to warm up. Late on the fastball, Eloy Jimenez fouls it off, strike 1. Eloy has 2 strikeouts today. Change up low, 1 ball and 1 strike. High and tight, 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And he pulls it high and deep, but slicing out of play. The count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jimenez. Low, full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Still nobody out here on the bottom of the 7th. Ground line drive. Caught by the third baseman, and there's 1 away. Hit it right on the nose, but right at Benedict Cumberbatch at third base for the first out. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. He struck out, he flied out, he is 0 for 2. Runners first, 1 away. Deep drive, heading towards the right center field gap, racing back. He is not going to make the catch. They had to hold up, and it'll be runners at second and third with 1 out. They didn't know if he was going to make the catch or not, so they had to hold. Almost a brilliant catch for Idris Elba, but not quite tall enough to get that arm out there. So, chance for insurance runs. Up steps Shane Victorino, the switch hitter, batting from the left side. 1 for 2. And it is a sacrifice bunt. Suicide squeeze. Shane Victorino gets the run home. Gorgeous play. And it's a 3-1 ball game for the Giants. Look at this. Textbook suicide squeeze. Really, the only play they have is at first. They barely got him there. So 2 out, runner at third. Up steps Shea Langoliers, who's 0 for 2. Lines it to right. Racing over is Idris Elba to make the catch and retire the side. So we're going to go to the 8th inning. They pick up another insurance run. The end of 7 innings of play. It's San Francisco 3, the Hollywood Avengers 1. This is Avengers Baseball.
Your attention, please.
In relief, Ryan Brazier, 0-2 with a 5.64 earned run average, will take over in the 8th. He will face Vin Diesel and Groot.
Leading for the Avengers, the center fielder.
And he pulls it foul, strike 1. Swing and a miss over the top of the changeup. 2 quick strikes on Vin Diesel. High and tight, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 40,087 in attendance here at Oracle Park. Not a sellout. Swing and a miss. In the dirt. Strike him out, throw him out 1 way. Nasty pitch. I am Groot. The line, Jameson Taillon, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, walk, a strikeout. He is in line for the victory here in this first game of a 3-game set. Up next is Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., Phil Coulson. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup. Strike 1. Clark Gregg is 0 for 2 today. 3-1 lead for San Francisco in this first game of a 3-game set between the Giants and the Avengers. Late on the fastball, fouls it off. 2 quick strikes. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It's the Outlander, baby. Inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Welcome, Outlander. Thank you for joining the stream. It's always a pleasure to see your name in the chat box. Did he check it? Yes, he did. The count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's a 3-1 lead for San Francisco here in the top of the 8th. Low, full count. On deck is the leadoff man, Anthony Mackie. Here comes the payoff pitch from Brazier. Did he check it? Yes, he did. That's ball 4. It's a 1-out walk for the Avengers. Next up, Anthony Mackie. Cut the check. He's 0 for 3. Runner leads off first. He is the tying run here in the top of the 8th, pardon me. And he swings at the first pitch and skies it to right center field. Routine play for Tony Gwynn, makes the catch 2 away. Starter comparison between Bradley Cooper, Rocket Raccoon, and Jameson Taillon. They both pitched well, but Taillon gets the edge. He is in line for a victory should the score remain the same. Up next is Chris Evans, 1 for 3 with a single. Again, he is the tying run here. Fastball low and outside, ball 1. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Brazier. Runner leads off first. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Jams him with the high fastball. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Checks his swing. The changeup's outside. Hitters count 3 balls and 1 strike. 2 away. Runner leads off first. 3-1 lead for San Francisco. And he walked him. And the tying runs will be on base at first and second with 2 outs. Up next, Robert Downey Jr., who had a solo home run in his last at-bat. He is 1 for 2. It was home run number 13 on the season for Iron Man. Slider outside, ball 1. Robert Downey Jr. is hitting .326 with runners in scoring position. That's about 45 points higher than his regular season average, so he's especially comfortable with runners in scoring position. Pulls the 2-seam fastball down the right field line, out of play. The count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside, 2-1. Just gets a piece of the fastball. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, 2 runners on, 3-1 lead for San Francisco. Here comes the pitch from Brazier. Pulls it down the first base line. He will step on the bag. Jimmy Fox will, that is, to retire the side. So they strand 2 runners. After 7.5, San Francisco 3, the MCU 1. This is Avengers Baseball. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. The lineup turns over for the Giants as Tony Gwynn steps up for his 4th plate appearance. He's 0 for 3 today. Cooper's still out there pitching. And that's a line drive to center. Over is I Am Groot. There's 1 away.
Now batting, the third baseman.
Next up, Chipper Jones. 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. Here comes the pitch from Rocket. Fastball in there, strike 1. Line drive, caught, leaping catch by the new Captain America. Cut the check, there's 2 away. Nice play. It's a Sports Center play. So 2 outs, bases empty. Jimmy Fox has an RBI double today. He's 1 for 3. This is the bottom of the 8th. Grounded to third. Routine play for Dr. Strange. He throws to first. It's a 1-2-3 inning and a complete game for Bradley Cooper, but he's down by 2. It's last licks for the Avengers. They need 2 runs to tie. Here comes the top of the 9th. Let's see if they can do it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
In relief, Yusmeiro Petit, 2-0 with a 4.65 earned run average. Up to lead off the top of the 9th is Mark Ruffalo, who leads the team in homers and RBIs. He needs to get on base. Here comes the pitch from Petit.
the designated hitter, number 84.
Fastball in there, strike 1. Sets and delivers. Change up outside, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Curveball high and outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Ruffalo is showing patience at the plate. That ball is high. It is far. That ball is gonzo. That is home run number 22 on the season for Mark Ruffalo. Hulk smash. And it is now a 1-run ball game as the Avengers are now down 3-2 here in the 9th inning. Let's look at this replay. Home run from the outlander. Oh. Boom. Oh, just hear that sound, that lovely sound. So next up, Dr. Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch, 1 for 3 with a single. He is the tying run. And he rolls over, grounds it to second. Brett Boone throws to first, and there's 1 out here in the 9th.
Now batting, number 16.
Next up, Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier, 0 for 3 today, grounded out in the 7th. 1 out, bases empty. He does represent the tying run. Fastball low, ball 1. And he pops it up in the infield. Charging is Jimmy Fox, the first baseman, makes the catch for out number 2. And the Avengers are down to their final out of the ball game. There are 2 outs here in the 9th. Representing that final out is Idris Elba. Hemdahl, who's 0 for 3 today, represents the tying run and the final out of the ball game. Late on the fastball, lines it out of play, strike 1. Elba has 7 home runs on the season. Just gets a piece of the changeup. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes, and the Avengers are now down to their final strike of the game. Fans are on their feet. Ground ball backhanded by Boone in the dirt, scooped out of the dirt by Jimmy Fox. The side is retired. Ball game over. The Giants win 3-2, and they take this first game of a 3-game series at home against the MCU Avengers. Avengers have 2 more games left before the All-Star break, so they'll have to win the next 2 to win the series here in Oracle Park in California. Winning pitcher is Jamison Talion. Here's the scorecard. San Francisco, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. The Hollywood Avengers, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Talion gets the win. Bradley Cooper gets the loss. He's now 6-8. Petit gets the save. And this has been a broadcast of Avengers Baseball. You hate to lose. Still a good game. Thank you, Mr. Outlander. I appreciate it. In a 162-game season, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. And that's just the lesson of the day. I am RC Robbin. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And stay tuned for some Star Trek Online. Maybe later on tonight. We shall see, said the blind man. We shall see. Take care of yourself. Especially thank you to the Outlander Show. Have yourself a great night.